Hi, everyone. I'm Susie McCrae from Amherst, Massachusetts. You're in for a treat today. This is the corporate public guest webinar where you're going to learn about a business called OnPassive. And what we're going to do is have a few speakers. You're going to hear a presentation, and afterwards I'll give you instructions about the Q&A. Today's Q&A is for our guests only. So sit back and relax and enjoy what you are about to hear. I'd like to introduce our first speaker. His name's Marty DeGarmo. He comes to us from New Jersey in the good old USA. And for about 17 years or so, Marty was a project manager in the corporate world. He traveled all around the globe. And then after that, for the last 15 plus years, he got into online marketing, online businesses. He knows what he's doing. He knows the ins and outs. He's seen a lot of different things online, and he's going to share with you today why he is so fired up about OnPassive. He has a lot of wisdom. Listen to Marty, and after him, Mike Ellis will be doing the presentation. So enjoy, everybody. And Marty, it's all yours.
Susie, thank you as always. Hello, everybody. Welcome to all the guests and fellow founders. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of August, which is amazing. My granddaughter is going to be a teenager in a couple of days. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm going to give you a little bit about me. I'm 61 years old, I think. Yep, I still am. And I've been online since 2004. And the reason I got online, I'm going to give you a little story so maybe some of you can relate to me and maybe not. I got online because I wound up on disability. And that's another story that we don't need to get into that conversation. But so I was looking for extra income because sick and tired of living, shuffling the cards. Do I pay this or do I pay this? Can I pay this or can I pay that? And on top of that, we wound up with custody of our grandchildren. So my household grew a lot faster than my money did, especially winding up on disability. So I got online, and I got online strictly to see if I could find an online business that I could do. And I saw a lot of people and sharp-looking people, and they're making all kinds of money, and they're doing all this stuff. And I went, I did pretty well in my offline business. I whatever I wanted to do, I found a way to get it done. I could do this. So I jumped on. I don't remember the first business. I don't remember the 50th one, much less the first one. But I got in, did everything I was told. I was a pretty good student of listening and doing what they told me to do. Anyway, I did all the A through Z. And every time you do something, I found that, well, you don't quite know enough. So you need to do this course and then do this course and read this book and get your mind right and go to this speaker and go. And I did that. And that went on for a few years, like way too many years. And when you're going into an online business to make money and you look at your wallet, and it's less money than when you got online, something's wrong mathematically. I don't have to be a major in mathematics to figure out something's not right. I was losing money, big time, big time. So I start doing the deduction. Why are they making money and not me? They know how to drive traffic. And when I say drive traffic, I mean, they know how to advertise whatever it is they're doing. At the point, I didn't care what they were advertising. I wanted to know, what does it take to get where they're at? And they were driving what we call traffic, people, eyes, customers, to whatever it is they're selling, or even if they're that nasty word, recruiting. So I said, okay, I have to learn this. So I did. Well, learning this is not free. I mean, no matter what you do online, none of it's free. So you're spending money to learn how to make money, okay? Well, that went on and it was painful because some of the stuff, even some of that stuff was kind of a scam and wasn't what they said it was. So anyway, to make a long, sad freaking story short, I got to about the 7th or 8th year. I did learn how to build a team. It didn't matter where I was, I could build a team. And then there was a few things missing that I wasn't that good at. And it's things that I probably wasn't that good at since I was an embryo. Okay. So it's not coming now. So I teamed up with, I was fortunate enough to meet Mike Ellis and then Dan Street a couple of years later. We formed a team and all of us found a lane. Dan can make my caveman writing look superb. Mike can make crazy stuff really clear on video. Boom. Between the three of us, we created this, whatever this three old bastards could do. But anyway, we did it and we were very successful. We built teams of hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people. Guess what we ran into? It's never ending saga of a pain in the butt. We get into the point now, we can build teams, but guess who we're dealing with? We're dealing with the Marty and the Mike and the Dans 10 years ago that don't have the skills. So now you have to get them to duplicate what you're doing. And everybody says, just follow me and you can duplicate what I'm doing. I want to give you a news flash. If somebody told you online, I'm going to help you do what I do, run for the freaking hills, okay? Because it's not true. They cannot duplicate what they're doing. If they could, and this is going to sound like a big mega news announcement, if they could, it wouldn't be the same 3% making money in every business you join, right? Every business you join, it's the same 3% or 2% that are walking across stage with a big check and making all this money. In fact, in some cases, if you go long enough, like I did, I'm seeing the same people because the business sometimes folds, right? So not only is it rigged, not only do you need an MBA to figure out how to market, now you got to find a business that's legit and has legitimate products. It's a maze of crap. It really is. So about 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, talking with Mike and Dan, we're getting frustrated really bad. All right, so we can build a team. We can't find a business to build a team with. And if we can't find a business, how do we help that guy, John, who I'm looking in his eyes, say, I'm going to help you make money when it's a bald-faced lie. I'm going to help you maybe break even, and I can maybe help 10, 15 people. You can't build an online walk-away income with 15 people. It's impossible. You can't do it with 100 people. So here's what happens. Thinking about walking away from online business completely. So frustrating. I couldn't help anybody. When you get over one hurdle, there's another. Or we get in one, and oh, this looks good. We start building it, and the next morning you get up and the business is gone. And then the worst part, like I said, you can't help anybody that's with you. 2.5 years ago, I'm looking, right? Now, I don't just go out and look for a business. I look at it, I know what's bad. I got to the point, at least I know what's bad. So now I'm looking for people I trust. Who can I talk to that might be doing something that I'm looking for? Is the chance slim? Yeah, it's a little bit above zero, okay? So I ran into Red Redford, who's here now, and Peter Rogers. Trusted them. Why? I worked with them. I know who they are. Good people. What are you guys doing? And they told me about this business. And I'm not going to explain the business. That's why Mike's here. I would ruin it for you. You will get off as quicker than you got on. But what happened was I asked Red and Peter very simple questions because my bar was really low. Can we make money? Yeah. Unlimited? Yes. Are the products in high demand? Let me tell you what I mean by that. I'm not going out trying to sell a widget that's better than the other guy's widget who's paying 30% less. No, we're selling stuff in high demand by the billions, digital. So it's not something I'm holding in my hand and throwing in my closet that I can't use. You know, beauty cream. They don't make enough. They don't have to get a freaking barrel of it. So when I found out what was up now, the most important question, if I invite people to this business, can they make money? Absolutely. Okay. This is the last one, drum roll. Do they have to have skills to make money? They don't have to know anything. Wham, bam, I'm in. I'm in, run back to Mike and Dan. I do some kind of JoJo the Idiot Circus Monkey dance back and forth, and they got in just so I'd shut up. But needless to say, after that happened, we learned that not only is this business as what we thought it was, it's better and better and better every day. And the reason I'm doing this, we are not paid. If you get in or don't get in means nothing to me financially. What it means to me is I love the idea that this is for everyone. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis. He's going to wine and dine you for about 30 minutes. When he's done, you're going to flip out. If you don't understand or you need to see it again, we understand. Nobody's going to force you. I'm joking around here a little bit, but there's no way there's anybody forced to do this. We don't need to do that. I will send you a copy of this webinar to your personal email if you ask for it. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis. I've talked long enough. Yep, my time's up. And he will tell you exactly how this works in very fine detail. And afterwards, we'll answer any questions the guests have and move on from there. Thank you very much. Mike Ellis, it's all yours, buddy.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. That's a terrific introduction to where we were and where we are today. And it'll give you an idea of kind of the road we traveled. We're going to be talking about OnPassive today. And it really is a unique business that you've probably never heard of before. And this webinar is really primarily for those new individuals that are coming in and just exploring OnPassive today. And I get a question all the time. People will come in and they'll ask me, well, what exactly is OnPassive? And that's, by the way, that's a really, really great question, but it's really not the question they want to hear the answer to. The question that they have that they want the answer to, and this is just human nature. What will OnPassive do for me? Will it affect my bottom line in a positive way? And will I get to the point where I don't have to worry about finances? That's really the question everybody has as they come in. And as we talk about OnPassive, what is OnPassive? It's really pretty simple. OnPassive today is a massive corporation. They are an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. They are an IT company. They deal with technology. And as we think about OnPassive, they are absolutely massive today. They've developed over 50 products today. We are in the process of launching OnPassive right now, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But OnPassive, developed by Ash Mufareh, who's the brain trust, the visionary behind OnPassive, it's a done deal. They are already in place. And as I talk about OnPassive, you're going to understand what it's going to do for you. And in the end, that's all that's important today. What is OnPassive going to do for you? And today I'd like to talk about a few different concepts that Ash has shared with us over the time we've been in, and then how they fit together and how they will affect your life, your bottom line, your financial future. And once you understand what OnPassive is doing, you're going to get very excited about these concepts that I'm going to talk about and what they're going to do for you, and primarily what they're going to do for your bottom line. So the concepts I'd like to talk about today are self-funding, for success, product, customer, and then volume. And when you put all five of those things together, you're in a unique position to be able to have a way forward, to cut timeframes, to get into that position where you're taking care of your financial needs. Really, really an important thing to understand as we get into OnPassive. So the first concept is self-funding. And as I talked about self-funding and I learned about self-funding, it was something that was really, really refreshing for Marty, Dan, and I as we came in and started to explore OnPassive. And all self-funding means is that you will pay once, you'll go out of pocket once, and you'll never have to go out of pocket again. Now, when we're talking about OnPassive, there are two payments that we're going to be making as you come in and start to participate with OnPassive. But it was really refreshing for me to understand that I would make those two payments once. I'd never, ever have to go out of pocket again. I don't believe there's another company in existence today, and this is how unique and revolutionary OnPassive is, that you'll go into that company and you'll never have to go out of pocket again. Normally, you have to go out of pocket month after month after month after month. And most people, over time, they just say, listen, I can't do this anymore. I'm not making any money, and I'm just getting out of it. That is not OnPassive. You will come in, you will pay the 2 fees once, and after that, you will never have to go out of pocket again. The next concept was forced success. And when I think about forced success, I absolutely love that term. They're going to force me to be successful. And really all that means is, as you come into OnPassive, they're going to force you to build wealth online. And when we think about that, they're never going to add any qualifications. You don't have to sell. You don't have to recruit. You don't have to share. You don't have to do any of those things that you have to do with many, many other companies. OnPassive, as you come in, they're going to force you to succeed. They're going to force you to build wealth online. Again, it's one of those phrases that everybody loves, but very few of them really understand what that means. And in order to really explore that concept, I need to get into the product side and the customer side. And again, when all of these come together, you're going to find a way forward to actually start developing wealth. On the product side of OnPassive, it's really, really important to understand the product of OnPassive. I stated earlier that OnPassive today has over 50 products, and these are AI and IT products, artificial intelligence and informational technology products. And these products are wide ranging. They range anywhere from an automated marketing platform that has all the tools we use to market online, to a educational platform that educators can come on, put their content on there, and then teach their courses worldwide. There is an HR platform that companies can come in and manage their human resources people that they have in their company. And the products go on and on and on. And when you think about the products of OnPassive, all of these products were built in Hyderabad, India. That's where our tech team is. And they've developed all of these products. They are proprietary. They're cutting edge, brand new technology. They are superior at a lower price point. And anytime you can make any technology, make it better than anybody else in the world at a lower price point, people will flock in. And that's really important to understand, because volume is a really, really important part of OnPassive, and you and I coming in, participating with OnPassive and building that wealth. Guys, kind of mute your mics if you can. Thanks. The next one is the customer side of OnPassive. And the customer side is as important as the product side. Obviously, if you don't have customers, you don't have a business. And because the product side superior to lower price point, customers will come in mass. And our customer base right now is about 4.5 billion people around the world. And OnPassive will have an IT product for each one of those individuals. They are a complete digital solution. So our customers around the world, and they will range from K through 12, colleges, small, medium, large size businesses, governments, and individual people. There will be something in OnPassive for all of these individuals. Why will they be coming in and using the products of OnPassive? Again, superior, lower price point. It makes their lives easier. It makes their businesses more profitable. And that bottom line gets very, very attractive because they're using products that are superior that actually help them online. As you talk about the product side and the customer side, what is OnPassive going to do that is so unique? And I'm going to tie some of this stuff together now. And this is real important to understand because this is going to affect you personally. As we come into OnPassive and we start to participate with OnPassive, what are they going to do for me? Really, number one, that's what's important. What are they going to do for me? With all the individuals that are participating with OnPassive, they're going to come in and they're going to build a marketing platform for all of us, a sales platform. And OnPassive is primarily a customer-based business, even though we have the privilege to participate with them. OnPassive is going to hook that up to AI, artificial intelligence. And again, that's another product of OnPassive. And when they do that, this is really, really cool. When they do that, what OnPassive is doing for us becomes completely 100% automated. Our business is 100% automated. You don't have to sell, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to share, you don't have to do any of those things, no qualifications. Your business becomes 100% automated. And then what does OnPassive do? Again, they're going to go into their IT tools, their IT products. They're going to pull another product out. That product is traffic. And they're going to start running traffic for all of us. And traffic is really a major key in everything that OnPassive does. As Marty said before, if you can't get good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing, it's hard to have a business. Well, OnPassive is absolutely genius at driving traffic. And I'm not going to get into that today. They are the best of the best, and they will bring in millions of customers. A certain percentage of those customers will land on your team. And as those customers land on your team, you will get paid a certain percentage off of the cost of the products that they buy, whatever they are. And OnPassive, it's very, very simple. The way we get paid as if you were a commissioned salesperson. You go out, you make a sale. Let's say you get 10%. The sale was $100. You would make $10. That's how OnPassive pays us. The difference with OnPassive is that 100% automated. And as they start bringing customers in for all of us, they manage those customers. You don't have to manage them. That's a really, really big deal. The customers come in, they see the products, OnPassive makes a sale. As the customers land underneath you, they manage the customer. You never have to do anything on the customer side of OnPassive. Again, 100% automated. And when you add these four concepts together, self-funding, for success, product, customer, again, with 100% automated, now you have a way forward, a real way forward to actually start building wealth online. Because as we talk about the customer side of OnPassive, most of the products, I would think all of the products I'll say most of the products of OnPassive, as customers come in and start using them, they're already paying a monthly fee for other products they were using outside of OnPassive. When they come into OnPassive and start using the OnPassive products, there will be a monthly fee there. These people do not have a problem with that. They've been doing that for years and years and years. But as they come into OnPassive, pay the monthly fee, superior or lower price point, what does that do for us? All of a sudden, it makes our income, as these individuals land underneath us, it makes our income a residual income. And when you can start developing a residual income, now you can start developing wealth online. So those four elements, those four concepts, self-funding, for success, product, and customer, they will give you a way forward to get to that place where you don't worry about finances. That's where we all want to be. So as we think about those four concepts, now we need to throw volume in there and understand the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing as we launch to the world. And I'll get into that in just a second. When we talk about volume, most of the niches that OnPassive is getting into, the IT products that OnPassive has developed and is going to introduce to the world, a lot of these niches are multi-billion-dollar niches. Some of them are $100 million niches. And when I say that, that's hundreds of millions of dollars that's generated in revenue every single year. And the reason we know that is because the companies that are in these niches today, that's what they're doing, generating hundreds of billions, not millions, billions of dollars every year. And one of the niches that's out there that is a very, very large niche that OnPassive will be coming into is this Zoom that we're doing. This Zoom is a webinar platform that people can come in and use. And if we look at Zoom generates about $139 billion in revenue every year with this particular platform that they have. Now, I can tell you that the Zoom webinar, it is antiquated. It is old technology. And as we look at Zoom and OnPassive coming out with their webinar platform, what's going to happen? I believe OnPassive will take a major part of that market share. And again, it's $139 billion of revenue every year. Now, I believe OnPassive is going to take the major share of that. And because of that, in the course of a year, OnPassive would be a unicorn company, a company that has a value of over $1 billion. And when I say that, that is a really, really big deal because that's never been done before. One company with a product becoming a unicorn company in 1 year, never been done before. Now, because OnPassive has over 50 products, and we know that many of these products are in billion-dollar niches, we know day one, as OnPassive launches to the world, they will be a unicorn company. That has never been done in the history of the world, much less doing it in a year. And because of that, it's to show you the kind of volume that OnPassive is going to be bringing in year one. And when you become a unicorn company and you've got billions of dollars coming into OnPassive and building that kind of wealth, every individual that comes in and participates with OnPassive, I believe in a year's time, finances will be just something you don't think about. Now, when we talk about volume, and I'll end the volume section with this. If we add 4 products of OnPassive together, and those 4 products are OConnect, which is the webinar service. The other one is OStaff. The other one is OAcademy. And the other one is OTraffic. When we add the revenue together that's generated yearly online with just these 4 products, it's about $480 billion worth of revenue. Now, we know that the products of OnPassive are superior at a lower price point. How much of that market are we going to take? I don't know, but if it's a very, very small portion of that, let's say it's 25%, which, by the way, I think is way, way underestimating what OnPassive is going to be doing. We are a company that's bringing in hundreds of billions of dollars every year with 20, 25, 30%. And because OnPassive, because of the products of OnPassive are so good, I believe that's going to happen. And when you think about the volume of OnPassive, put the 4 concepts together, understand what it's going to do for you, and every individual coming into OnPassive will benefit in major, major ways because of the sheer volume that OnPassive is going to be doing. So how do we all come into OnPassive? Today, there is a position. It's the founder position. It is a $97 position. And you can come in, pay that $97, become a founder, and it locks you into the company of OnPassive. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. That's really, really important to get as big a jump as you can in the pay structure of OnPassive by coming in and becoming a founding member. There are many benefits to becoming a founding member. Some of them Ash hasn't shared with us, but I can share 2 with you. As you come in and become a founding member, and we are in the pre-launch right now, going into the soft launch, and again, I'll get into that in just a second. But as we go into the soft launch of OnPassive, OnPassive is actually going to start building your organization. Why is that important? Anytime someone lands in your organization, whether it's another founder or whether it's a customer, it cuts timeframes because that is another stream of revenue. And anytime you can have someone building your organization, doing it sooner rather than later, it has major benefits to your bottom line. That's number 1. Number 2, as we go into the hard launch of OnPassive, launching to the world, as a founding member of OnPassive, more traffic will be driven to your business to grow your business quicker. That's a really, really big deal. Again, getting good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing is the key to any business, having them come in, love it, buy, and when they do that, you get paid. OnPassive is going to take care of those 2 avenues. Now, the founding membership, there are more perks to becoming a founding member. There will be bonuses and other things coming. Ash Mufareh hasn't shared those with us, but he will in the near future. I believe anybody that becomes a founding member today, they're going to mark this day on their calendar and say, this was a very, very good day because of what it's going to do to my financial future. Now, as OnPassive launches to the world, again, we're in the pre-launch now. We're going in the soft launch and then the global launch of OnPassive. As OnPassive launches to the world, here's how the whole system is going to work. As OnPassive launches to the world, the founding members will come in and they will pay a fee of $250. This is the second fee that we'll have to pay. The first one is the $97. The second one is the $250 for the subscription fee to come into OnPassive. These 2 fees you will pay once. You'll never have to go out of pocket again. We'll come in, pay that $250 right around there. Could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. We'll go into our back office. We'll click a button. We'll become independent resellers of the IT products. Why did I go through that diatribe? This is the process we have to go through in order to have OnPassive have the ability to pay us. Really important we all go through this process. And I'll back up to the subscription fee very, very quickly. What happens when we pay that $225, give or take? As we do that, we all become customers of OnPassive. We get all the products of OnPassive and we get them to use. But here's what's going to happen. OnPassive, because we have those products, is going to come in and they're going to go to work for us. They're going to build the sales platform for us. They're going to hook it up to AI. Our business becomes 100% automated. They're going to start driving traffic, bringing customers in. As those customers land under each and every one of us, that's how we get paid. We get paid off the customers that land in our organization. It's a really, really big deal to go through that process so OnPassive can actually go to work for us. And as they do that, that's when the business becomes 100% automated. Yes, you have the ability to actually build your organization. It's like a sales individual that has a territory. It's too big for them to manage. They go out and they bring additional salespeople in to help them with that territory. You can do that with OnPassive, but with OnPassive, it's not necessary. If you have the inclination to build an organization, you can. You will cut timeframes, and some people will cut timeframes drastically. But in the end, because of the way OnPassive is structured, everybody will get to that place where you don't worry about finances. Whether you can build or not, it doesn't matter. We will all get to that place because OnPassive, 100% automated, no qualifications and no limitations on the amount that you can make. Today, OnPassive is a global corporation. I would keep it very, very simple. I would continue to explore OnPassive, but keep those 4 concepts in mind: self-funding, for success, product, customer, and then add in the volume. When we think about OnPassive and what they're doing, I want to say a couple of things about Ash Mufareh, the CEO of OnPassive. It really is genius what he's done with OnPassive, putting all this together. And Ash really has a heart to serve. And as we think about Ash Mufareh, and we think about the wealth that's going to be generated with OnPassive, understand that Ash has told us he wants to share the majority of the wealth with the founding members of OnPassive, those individuals participating with OnPassive. And when I talk about the majority of the wealth, I'm not talking about 20, 25, 30, 35% of the wealth. Ash wants to share 50, 55, 60% of the wealth with those individuals participating with OnPassive. And when we think about OnPassive, the first year bringing in billions, not millions, but billions of dollars into OnPassive, and all of those customers, a certain percentage of them going underneath the individuals that are participating, those founding members of OnPassive, it is a really, really big deal. And what does all of that do? It cuts timeframes because Ash doesn't want all the money. He's not like the other CEOs that are worth 20, 30, 40 billion dollars a year. They want to take that money and share it with those individuals participating with OnPassive. So just very, very quickly, I'll talk about the launch and then I'll turn it back over to Marty and Susie. We are in the process of launching right now. We are in the pre-launch right now. That is a time period where Ash is sharing the products with us, the products that the tech team in Hyderabad have developed and made. We're able to come in, review them, and kind of see what they're like. We are ready to go into the soft launch today. It is imminent. It's going to happen very, very quickly. We don't know the date, but I believe it's very, very quickly. The soft launch is a time where OnPassive will test things. We'll be able to come in, not only see the products, we'll be able to use the products. Now, most of the products of OnPassive have already been tested, but they're going to put them in front of all the founding members and we're going to be able to come in and use them. You're not going to be able to break them. They're absolutely awesome. But it's a time also when the money is going to start flowing and Ash is going to test the different vendors they have to take and give money. So it's a time of testing. They're also going to test their traffic, really everything that they're doing. And again, all of these things have been tested. This is the last test they'll have before we go into the global launch. I believe as we come into the soft launch, the global launch will be right behind it, and it is going to be an explosion. And Ash Mufareh, he really is a genius about introducing things onto the internet and to the individuals that use the internet. And as he does this, it's going to be something special. It's going to be something you've never seen before. And as OnPassive comes in and we do the global launch, the name OnPassive will be everywhere online. Everybody will know about OnPassive. They'll know about the quality of the products. They'll know that they're superior. They'll know that they're at a lower price point. And as we do that, it's going to be a really, really fun time for those individuals that are participating with OnPassive. The founding members have come in and paid the $250. It's just going to be a really, really fun time. Let me get back to the $250 just very, very quickly. That is a monthly fee, by the way, guys. The $250 is a monthly fee. Why do I say it's a one-time payment? As we look at the $250, you'll pay once, and then the preceding months will come out of the profits of OnPassive. And I wanted to add that very, very quickly. I missed it. If I didn't add it, they would come in and tell you that very, 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 very quickly as I get off. But OnPassive, you're in a unique position to come in, continue to explore OnPassive, become a founding member, pay the $97, and put yourself in a position over a short period of time where you just don't worry about finances. That's where we all want to be. This is what OnPassive is doing. And OnPassive was made for you and I, level the playing field, and give you and I a chance to come online and actually build wealth. Marty, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I missed one thing. If I've missed anything else, go ahead and hit that. But yeah, you all are in the right place at the right time. And your journey is just about to get started. It's going to be really, really fun for you. Marty, go ahead.
Fantastic job, Mike. You didn't miss anything. Good night, everyone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to let other people give some input, and then we're going to go to Q&A, and Ethel and Susie will handle that. So right now I'm going to turn it over to Dan Straight. And Dan, you just go around the panel here, and then we can go to Q&A. Thank you, Mike. Great job.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. That was awesome. You hit just about everything. And some of the key takeaways I will give everybody here, especially you new people that are guests here for the first time, is that you really do have a rare opportunity to get involved with a company that's going to change the way we communicate online. And I know we say this kind of stuff all the time. We do these presentations on a regular basis, and we repeat the same things over and over again because they're important, because we believe in them. And because we've been on this journey for 2.5, 3 years, we believe everything that we're saying to you today, and you will get your questions answered. But think about a business, as Mike was talking about, that is going to build a business for you. They're going to provide targeted traffic to your business, and they're going to build that business for you so you can make commissions over and over again. I mean, that's a pretty mind-blowing perspective when you think about it. And the quality, one other thing I'll highlight is the quality of the products are going to be there. And when you think about businesses that you've been in the past, and this company is going to be known worldwide, these people are going to stay with you for a long, long time. And that's how you create generational wealth. The problem with other companies is people quit all the time. Well, that's not going to happen with OnPassive, because we are one step ahead of everybody. We're 5 steps ahead of all the competition. And we are going to disrupt some pretty big names that you know of out there. And we're going to disrupt this technology and provide you generational wealth for a long time. So get with the person that, we're here to answer any of your questions that you might have. And then after this, get a copy of this presentation from Marty and get with the person that brought you here and get all your questions answered. So that's all I have for right now. I'm here to answer questions. Oh, let me turn it over to Andy. Andy, you're not last. Here you go.
Yes. I normally we do a UK webinar as well, and I always have to follow Victor, and he's probably one of the most go-getting guys you've ever come across. He's absolutely inspiring, but thankfully not today. Why do I love this? There was a chap that we've all heard of. Bill Gates tried to do this, something minutely similar back in the 80s when he created Office, and he created Office, which had Excel and PowerPoint and Word under one umbrella. And you thought, wow, this is a fabulous idea. Our CEO has created a platform that's got over 50 products, all of which we use. We use email, we use WhatsApp, we use Facebook, we use YouTube, all of these things. There is a massive difference between what he's created in comparison to what's already there. But I love the simplicity, as Mike mentioned earlier. I love the simplicity. They are going to give us a domain name, register that for us. They're going to build our website. They're going to drive specific targeted traffic to that website and then pay us once they've closed the sale. This is a little strange, you think. But one of the questions I had the other day from somebody who was interested in learning a little bit more, they said, oh, we're in too late. There's 840,000 founders. I'm like, well, hold on a second. In our first year, we anticipate taking on 100 million customers. We're still less than the 1% of in the top of the company. It's mind-blowing. So yes, get back to the person that introduced you to this. If you want to know more, get in touch with one of these amazing people here. They're all on the Leadership Council.
I'll just take it from there. Thanks, Andy, for the wonderful introduction. Great job, guys. Hello, Africa. Hello, world. For those of you who weren't here in the beginning when I said hello. Oh, I am just so fired up. Everyone that spoke, it's like, oh my gosh, you just keep reminding me of how fantastic this business is. Being in South Africa, compared to the dollar-rand exchange, we're about 14, I think. It fluctuates. But, you know, I was speaking to Calvin, one of my fellow South African founders, and, you know, just a word out there for South Africans or people in a similar situation across the African continent, India, Pakistan, wherever. We are global. Said, what is, you know, why should you get into OnPassive and who is OnPassive for? Well, firstly, OnPassive is for everybody. Whatever your profession is, whatever you do, whatever your status is, whether you're a great-grandmother, a grandfather, aunt and uncle, a niece and nephew, a child, a adopted child, an orphan, and anybody. Doesn't matter what origin, race, or creed you're from. It's for everybody. We have people that are literally living in poverty that have done whatever it takes to get a position because they saw the vision and knew that they had to get into OnPassive. We have people with MBAs, we have a rocket scientist, we have doctors and lawyers, we have a few of the top 100 doctors in the world in OnPassive. Everybody, hairdressers, accountants, bookkeepers, housewives, anyone who is anybody can be in OnPassive. The only person that I would say, or type of person that is not really for OnPassive is somebody without a vision. If you don't have a mindset and the vision of, so if you don't have a mindset with the vision to see the future, and if you have a mindset with limiting beliefs that you believe that, you know what, abundance and wealth was just not for me, it's not available to me, then maybe it's not for you because OnPassive isn't for everybody. But believe me, 3 years ago, I had that same limiting belief. I believed that, you know what, maybe success and wealth is just not for me. But I plugged in. I went on self-development courses and I asked God to help me, to guide me, to get into the right opportunities, to open doors for me. And believe me, God was faithful and just. And the door of opportunity opened for me in September 2019 to join as a founder. I didn't know why I joined. Initially, I didn't know what the business was. I knew I joined because it seemed great. I mean, everything done for you, 100% automated, one-time subscription. That is the biggest problem, especially with COVID. The first thing that everyone canned was their subscriptions. Anyone who had a subscription on anything, that was the first thing to go, especially if you lost your job and your future was uncertain. So with On Passive, Ash Mufara has thought about everything. It's a one-time subscription that you pay out of pocket when we launch. And going forward, it comes out of profit, and it's unheard of. So On Passive is for everyone. If you get in and you decide, you know what, this is really not for me, you're welcome to ask for a refund. It's not a problem. So it's literally no risk with extremely high reward. And I encourage everyone who's watching here, get in. Don't let regret set in, because you will be filled with regret if you don't sign up as a founding member. As Andy said, get back to the person who invited you to this presentation and sign up using their link and join this wonderful family with On Passive, because we are making friends near and far, and we are going to travel the world and help as many people along the way. So thank you from me, Marina from South Africa. Be blessed. Thank you, Susie.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
Red,
How
go ahead
about-
and take, Red,
Yeah,
go ahead
Red.
and take it. Yeah, go ahead, Susie.
Thanks very much. I do not mind going last for a change. It's fine. No one's nicked my thunder yet, so that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to give everybody here, especially the guests, 2 takeaways from this to ponder over, just to think, really. You've heard from Marty, you've heard from Mike Ellis here about what this opportunity can do for you, but there's so much more to it. And part of what I'm going to tell you now is to start getting your brain thinking about what this opportunity can do for you. So the largest company on the internet, we all know it. It has the richest man on earth right at the moment, which is Amazon. Elon Musk at the moment, he is the richest man on the planet. Why is he the richest man on the planet? Because he has a wealth of things that he wants to do, and he is keeping all that money for himself. He's just been up into the air. He's having this tit for tat with all the other billionaires. Who goes to space first? He came down from space, and the arrogance of the man, he said, I'd like to thank my customers and my employees for giving me the money to be able to do this. Now, this is how arrogant this man is. But another thing, did you know that Amazon, in its 18 years of creation, has created 40,000 millionaires? And he doesn't even want to give any of his money away. That's why he is the wealthiest man on the planet. Our CEO and founder, Ash Mufara, as Michael Ellis has already said, has a heart for humanity. He wants us to be successful. He wants the 97%, which is you and me, to succeed online, to create online wealth, that residual income that we are all wanting. Just imagine in the future how many millionaires will be coming out of On Passive, because he wants us to be successful. You have got a $97 decision to make today to join us on this journey of On Passive, to partner us in this amazing online tech company that is going to revolutionize how things are done online. You have got the chance to be a partner with us. Just imagine if you are offered the chance to be a partner and founder in Google, in Amazon, in Facebook, in YouTube, in Apple. Would you take it? Yes is the answer. So why not take that $97 decision today to become a founder? And the last thing I'm going to leave you with to ponder over after you have let it all sink into your head, the decisions that you make today have an impact on your life in 2 years' time. That impact is going to affect yourself, your family, and your friends around you. So make that $97 decision today for that impact that is going to be coming your way in 2 years' time. Back over to you, Susie.
Okay, thank you, Red. Love your enthusiasm. We do have a question in the chat. Hi, are there decentralized products in On Passive, or are all products only available to those that have joined? What's the advantage of me switching to On Passive email account? Who would like to? Go ahead, Andy.
I think this is a great question. There's a lot of things we use at the moment already. So I've mentioned them earlier. We use Facebook, we use our email address, we use Google, for instance, and we use various other little tools. So whether you have a business or you don't have a business. If you don't have a business, then you don't get paid to use your email. You don't get paid to go through Facebook. How would you like to? At the end of the day, we are going to be paid to use the likes of Facebook, YouTube, because we have created our own. And as the customer base grows, we're going to get paid to use these things. Email in particular, emails are totally secure. So you can use a Gmail account, a Hotmail account. They can be hackable. Ours are going to be totally different in that respect. And there are many other benefits to each and every one of those products I've mentioned earlier on. But the key here is getting paid to use them. You don't get paid to use Google at the moment, although Google makes a fortune. You have to pay to use Zoom. How would you like to get paid to use Zoom and have as many people on the call as you like, with far more benefits than you have with Zoom at the moment? Hope that helps.
Okay, yes, thank you, Andy. We have another question. If the guests have a question, you can type it in the chat. And keep in mind, if you want a copy of today's presentation, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. The question is, while in Cameroon, can I be a partner? Yes, you can become a founder. Reach back out to the person who invited you. I would just like to add, I came into OnPassive January 2020 when I saw a very brief posting in a women's entrepreneur Facebook group. So all I saw was about 5 bullets of information. And I said, this is something I've never heard of before. And I immediately jumped on board. So today, you guests watching this, you have so much more knowledge from Mike's great presentation that, I mean, it's crazy not to jump on board. And then immediately after I jumped on board, I dug in. You go into the back office. There are founder-only webinars. There's so much access to keep learning. But immediately I reached out to all my siblings and family and said, hey, you got to see this. And all of them have never done anything online or have any experience marketing, or it doesn't matter. That's what they loved about it. They could be passive. I shared it with them. And, everyone is just so excited about this company that will work for you. Like Mike says, it's fully automated. And I brought this up at the last webinar. Just think about that, fully automated 24/7 with artificial intelligence and machine learning, which is going to get better and better and better. You can have a bad day and you're still bringing in some income from this business. You could have a bad week, a bad month. It doesn't matter what is going on in your life or other people you're working with. A lot of times in people's work life or in businesses, they bank on the human element of everybody being at top performance every day. Well, our CEO knows that. That's not reality. People have bad days, bad weeks. Everyone's not at the same level every day. But OnPassive is going to be fully automated, getting better and better for us while we're sleeping or doing whatever we want, and taking care of all of the customers, which is what I love. So I don't see any other questions in the chat unless I missed anything. Keep in mind, if you get back to the person who invited you, they will help bring you on board, and then you will be able to attend our private founders webinar. And also, if you jump on board and you want other people to hear this, we do this every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time and every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And there's so many opportunities that you can just invite people to watch instead of you having to struggle through trying to explain the excitement you're having today. So that's what we recommend.
Susie,
yeah.
I'd just like to add actually to at tail end of what Mike's presentation as well, just to clear up any issue any of the guests have here of thinking we are similar to stuff that they might think they see out there and we're not. Well, for a start, we are not an MLM company. We are not associated with an MLM company. We are completely different from that. This presentation today is to introduce you to the position of a founder in OnPassive. We are then going to move over to be a customer-based business. We are giving you the opportunity to become a founder and partner of OnPassive. So we are not an MLM company, guys. We have no association with anything to do with this type of multi-level marketing online. We are unique, we are new, we are fresh, and nobody else has ever tried to do anything like this online before. So just keep that in mind, knowing that we are nothing to do with anything you have seen already online. Back to you, Susie.
Okay, thank you, Red, for that nice reminder. It looks like we're done with questions today. So we'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Someone asked if there was a limit on the, oh yeah, thank you. Someone responded to it as far as founders. Get in now, because like we talked about we're in pre-launch, we're getting ready for soft launch. And when we have the official launch, there won't be any more founders allowed to join. So now is the time to get into the top part of this company and get locked in to a compensation plan that we heard is absolutely delicious. We can't wait. We can't wait to get that going too. So I guess that's it. If Marty, if you want to end it, or any other, no, he's good. So thank you, everybody. Recap, get back to the person who invited you. They will help you get on board, and then continue your learning process. And we just know after what you heard today, you're going to be as excited as us and jump right on board and then start sharing with your friends and family. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
All right.